So hello again, vinyl community. Bill here with part two of starting a blues collection. And first up, I'm going to show you some more vinyl, and we're going to go all the way from sort of 1931 Delta blues to 2018 with a duo from the States with a really heavy but blues based sound. So without any further ado, let's go with first up Skip James and Cherry Ball Blues. This is a great compilation, obviously a reissue, but it's got all the essential Skip James, one of the great Delta blues guitarists. Although I think there is some piano blues on here, so it's not just one man, a great voice and great guitar. There are some piano tunes on this as well. So they're all recorded in 1931, and we've got Cypress Grove Blues, Devil Got My Woman, Cherry Ball Blues, 4 O'Clock Blues, Yola My Blues Away, and What Am I to Do Blues. So a great compilation and collecting lots of these 78s that were recorded in 1931. Next up, we go a decade forward, and this is one of the best electric guitarists in the history of the blues and popular music. This is T-Bone Walker and T-Bone Jumps Again. This is a collection on the Charlie record label. They did some great R&B and blues, and yeah, lots of great reissues, and collected a lot of the great blues players. So T-Bone Jumps Again, great influence on Jimi Hendrix, but you can see from the cover he's playing electric guitar in a slightly unconventional form. But yeah, we've got Hyping Woman Blues, we've got T-Bone Jumps Again, and his most famous track is, of course, Call It Stormy Monday. And we've also got the T-Bone Shuffle and You're My Best Poker Hand. So some great, it's almost, well, jump blues, and there's a bit of orchestration in the background. So yeah, our big band sort of sound, but his electric guitar playing is fantastic. Great bluesy feel to this. And then another one on Charlie R&B. And this one covers songs from 1953 to 1964, and High and Lonesome is the title of the compilation. Great electric blues guitarist Jimmy Reed. And on here we've got High and Lonesome, Pretty Thing, Baby Don't Say That No More, I Love You Baby, and Sugar Sugar, not by the Archies, but Sugar Sugar by Jimmy Reed. Come back to Jimmy Reed when I show some CDs as well. But yeah, this is a great compilation on the Charlie R&B label. Next up, well, the third of the great electric guitar blues men, and B.B. King's Live at the Regal set, recorded in November '64 at the Regal Theatre in Chicago. Yeah, this is a fantastic collection. Every Day I Have the Blues, Sweet Little Angel, and You Upset Me Baby. So yeah, really good collection. This is a reissue on one of these budget record labels, Pickwick, but the sound is great all the same. B.B. King. And then from three great electric guitar bluesmen to the power chords, but blues-based, of Led Zeppelin, the debut album on Atlantic. And yeah, we've got Jimmy Page on electric guitar, acoustic guitar, pedal steel guitar, and backing vocals. And John Bonham on drums, Robert Plant on lead vocals and harmonica, and John Paul Jones on bass and organ. But yeah, these songs, we've got, Baby I'm Gonna Leave You, which is a traditional song arranged by Jimmy Page, and then You Shook Me, which is a great Willie Dixon composition. And I Can't Quit You, Baby, also another great Willie Dixon song. So I think I said in the last video that Willie Dixon is a fantastic blues songwriter, and a lot of the blues standards you'll find were written by Willie Dixon. Moving on to an album from 75 on Storyville Records, and this is a great blues duo, Sonny Terry and Brownie McGhee. And yeah, this was actually recorded in Copenhagen in 1971. So that's why I've put it after Led Zeppelin in the chronology. But yeah, this has got some great songs, including a traditional Rock Island Line and John Henry. And then there's the rest are, well, Midnight Specials on this as well. The rest are McGhee Terry compositions, including Backdoor Sunshine, or The Sun's Gonna Shine on My Back Door Someday. And they were great. They had a technique of finishing their songs by lowering the volume to almost a whisper. And yeah, it's just a great technique, especially in a live concert situation. And you can hear a pin drop because the audience are so quiet. So Sonny Terry and Brownie McGhee. We're now looking at the disciples of the great blues men and women. I didn't really show any blues women, but we'll come back to that. Next up is Ry Cooder from 72, and this one is Into the Purple Valley. There's also a great album around the same time, Paradise and Lunch, but yeah, this is fantastic. We've got Billy the Kid, Money Honey, Denomination Blues, and Vigilante Man, which is a great song, and was covered by the Scottish outfit, sort of blues rock, hard rock outfit called Nazareth from Fife in Scotland. They did a really good power version of Vigilante Man. Ry Cooder's more acoustic, and yeah, just a great album. And yeah, I said I haven't so far covered the great women blues singers. So shame on me, I don't have any Bessie Smith, Ma Rainey, or Ida Cox, apart from on an album I got on iTunes called Acoustic Blues, and therefore I can't show you any album covers or CD covers. So I do have some in the collection, but yeah, the blues continues with another great singer, Bonnie Raitt, and this is a great album from 1973 called "Taking My Time," and it's got You've Been in Love Too Long, Let Me In, Cry Like a Rainstorm, Wash You Go Do, and Write Me a Few of Your Lines, and Kokomo Blues, as well as Guilty, which was covered by the Blues Brothers in the film. Should have had some Blues Brothers to show you as well, but another time. And then if we skip ahead another decade, we get to another great guitar slinger, and this is Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble and Texas Flood. And yeah, fabulous collection. Love Struck Baby, Pride and Joy, Texas Flood. Great Oak Mountain album. Mary Had a Little Lamb, I'm not so keen on. I think the lyrics are a bit nursery rhymish. Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of the great Texas guitar slingers. And another great man who started off in the 60s, and we have Peter Green's Splinter Group and The Best Of. So yeah, this is a wonderful album of acoustic blues. And we've got You'll Be Sorry Someday, Phonograph Blues, Love in Vain Blues by, guess who? Robert Johnson. And you've also got Sweet Home Chicago, Hitchhiking Woman, Me and the Devil Blues, and of course, two great tracks from Fleetwood Mac days of Albatross and Man of the World. And a group with an equally long journey. In 2016, they came back to their blues-inspired Best and Blue and Lonesome. Fantastic album. I think the Stones were in the studio trying to come up with a new album of original material, and not sure if it was Charlie Watts or one of the other guys said, yeah, let's play some blues to loosen up. And then they decided, rather than using it as a loosening up exercise, that they would play some blues. And this is a fantastic album, highly recommended. So sort of bookends the Stones discography. So their debut album was very much blues, blues rock, rhythm and blues based, and this almost pure blues at the end of 2016. A great blues voice that was first heard with the Steve Miller Band, and then he did some solo stuff in the early 70s, and then we had the phenomenal Silk Degrees, which went more pop soul. But yeah, in 2018, Boz released this great album called Out of the Blues, great bluesy vocals. And we've got Little Miss Night and Day, I Just Got to Know, and really great blues version of Neil Young's On the Beach, really like that. And The Feeling Is Gone is on here as well. So Boz Scaggs. And then, yeah, the blues side, yeah, it just keeps reinventing itself. And this duo called Larkin Poe come back in 2018. You should check out their whole catalogue, but this is a fantastic blues beat, great guitar, blues rock. And we've got Come On In My Kitchen. Again, I think that's a Robert Johnson song. You got Black Betty, played with great gusto. And then John the Revelator. I think that's a cover of a song that was done by Maria Muldaur in the early to mid 70s. And we've got Wanted Woman, AC/DC, but I don't think AC/DC are guesting on this, but yeah, nice inset photographs of the girls or young women. And so we've got sisters Rebecca and Megan Lovell. Rebecca does vocals, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, cigar box guitar, banjo, keyboards, drum kit, and programming. And her sister, well, she does vocals as well. And her sister does vocals, lap steel, slide guitar, and keyboards. So yeah, really good album, Larkin Poe and Beach. So that's all the vinyl I've got to show you just now. But let's continue with maybe going back and forward in time with some more classic albums. This is a great compilation of blues harp boogie, 25 years of blues harmonica. So yeah, the instruments used for the blues are guitar, both acoustic and national guitars and the like, and electric, Fender Strats, etc., Gibsons. And then we've got blues harp or harmonica and piano. But this has got a great selection of songs. We've got Charlie Musselwhite doing I'm Going Home. We've got King Biscuit Boy, I've Done Everything I Can. Little Walter with Walter's Jump. And there's also Junior Wells and Buddy Guy with Hoodoo Man Blues. And then we've got Greg Fingers Taylor with Anson Funderborough and the Rockets, Dixie Diner. Paul Orta and the Kingpins are also in this really good collection. And speaking about a really good collection, this is a 3 CD classic blues. So we've got Buddy Guy, the collection. We've got Freddie King, Staying Home with the Blues, and the best of Sonny Boy Williamson. 3 great compilations coming out as one box set. And again, this is on the Chess label and the Legendary Masters series and Sonny Boy Williamson. I think there are 2 Sonny Boy Williamsons, and I'm not sure how you tell the 2 apart, but I think they're, I'm not sure, I don't think they're related, but they maybe are different generations. But this has got All My Love in Vain, 99, 9 Below Zero, and Keep Your Hands Out of My Pocket. So next up, I have got Blind Willie McTell, a favorite of Bob Dylan's. And this is, I think, recorded in the late 1930s, early 40s. And we've got some great songs on here, Atlanta Strut, Statesboro Blues, which I think Stevie Ray Vaughan did a version of. 3 Women Blues, that I know that I was going to say my good friend Jack White, one of my great blues and guitar heroes is Jack White, and I think he did a version of Three Women Blues. I don't know Jack in person, so I did see him in concert in Edinburgh before the pandemic. A great concert. This has also got Georgia Rag and Searching the Desert for the Blues. And there's Death Room Blues. This is a title you don't see very often. B&O Blues number 2. I didn't even know there was a number 1. And we've got Weary Hearted Blues and Cold Winter Day and Lay Some Flowers on My Grave. I don't know if the Rolling Stones got some inspiration from listening to Blind Willie McTell. And then another visually impaired artist, Blind Lemon Jefferson. I think I've only ever seen this sort of photograph. I think I said in the last video that these are great ways of getting almost a complete collection of some of these blues guys, but they're a bit of a tough listening to 20 tracks by one of these 30s or 40s blues guys in one go. So you're probably better to get a compilation that features these guys, but isn't just the one guy with his guitar and voice, song after song. This has got Black Snake Moan, Hangman's Blues, Rabbit Foot Blues, the Jacko Diamond Blues. Again, maybe an influence on some of Bob Dylan's output. Some really weird song titles, but there you go. And then Sleepy John Estes, Someday Baby Blues. I think I like Sleepy John Estes, and I think he's in a similar vein to Snooks Eaglin. So this one, I'm sure you could listen to all 25 tracks without wanting to have a break and a different listening experience. But we've got Floating Bridge, The Girl I Love, She Got Long Curly Hair, Milk Cow Blues, which I think Eddie Cochran did a cover of, Hobo Jungle Blues, Brownsville Blues, and Everybody Ought to Make a Change. Jack and Jill Blues. So yeah, nursery rhymes, Jack and Jill Blues, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Then I'm Jimmy Reed. So you can see the chair with the electric guitar propped up against it. This is a great one of the albums from the late 50s. So this was released in 58 as a VJ LP. And this has got Honest I Do, Boogie in the Dark, Can't Stand to See You Go. And it's got bonus tracks of High and Lonesome, which was on that vinyl collection, and Come On Baby, Honey Don't Let Me Go. So that's great. And I think I showed this on a summary of all my acquisitions in 2020. And this is Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters, 4 classic albums. So you've got Howlin' Wolf, Moaning in the Moonlight, and Howlin' Wolf's Howlin' Wolf album. So between those 2 CDs, you've got All Night Boogie, No Place to Go, 44, Smokestack Lightning, Wang Dang Doodle, The Red Rooster, and Spoonful, which was covered by Cream. And then Muddy Waters, you've got Muddy Water sings Big Bill Broonzy, so all these Big Bill Broonzy compositions, and Muddy Waters at Newport. So between those two, you've got Southbound Train, Double Trouble, Lonesome Road Blues, Baby Please Don't Go, which was covered by the Animals, and I think the Who and various 60s blues groups or blues revival groups. And yeah, I've got my mojo working, and I've got my mojo working part 2. So this is published or released by Avid Entertainment, and if you look them up on the web, you'll get lots of blues and jazz, early jazz, 40s, 50s jazz, and sometimes you get one artist and 4 of their seminal albums collected on a 1 or 2 CD set. So that's a great buy. I do have this next group on vinyl, but this is Homage by the Blues Band, which comprises of Paul Jones from Manfred Mann and Tom McGuinness and Gary Fletcher. So this has got, covers, including Let the Good Times Roll, Swamp Medley, the Work Song, which if you see the blues band live, Paul Jones does I don't know his breathing technique, but he sings and plays harmonica almost simultaneously. Really great harp player. And this has got Wang Dang Doodle and Sweet Home Chicago and I Ain't Got You. Great album with tracks recorded in 1966 and 1967. Albert King's Born Under a Bad Sign. And yeah, this has got the title track, Kansas City, The Hunter, Laundromat Blues, and As the Years Go Passing By. A really good electric blues, Albert King. And then, yeah, another king of electric blues was, of course, Eric Clapton. And this is the Beano album, or Blues Breakers, John Mayall with Eric Clapton. This is an interesting collection. So we've got Deram label, and tracks 1 to 12 are the mono version, and then you've got the same album tracks but stereo. So you're able to check out whether you prefer mono recordings or stereo recordings. Great Eric Clapton with John Mayall, and then as we mentioned earlier with Peter Green, another essential blues band from the 60s is Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. And this is the greatest hits album, which has the Green Manalishi, Oh Well, Shake Your Money Maker, Rattlesnake Shake, Black Magic Woman, Albatross, Love That Burns, and Man of the World. And great Irishman. And this is Rory Gallagher's Irish Tour. And this was from 1974. So we've got some great long blues improvisations, etc. And a really wonderful, wonderful acoustic number that was written by Tony Joe White, and it's called As the Crow Flies. But you've also got A Million Miles Away, Walk on Hot Coals with Rory Gallagher at his electric blues best. And then I've got 3 more to show you. Taj Mahal, the best of Taj Mahal. He covers Statesboro Blues. We've got Fishing Blues, Oh Susanna, Cakewalk into Town, Johnny Too Bad, and She Caught the Katy and Left Me a Mule to Ride. And another fairly modern blues man. This one's more acoustic blues, but Eric Bibb and Living, Loving and Doing is on this retrospective. You've got I Heard the Angels Singing, Panama Hat, like that, and Gonna Walk This Road. Mandela is Free. So blues, very political, right down through the decades. So a song about Nelson Mandela being freed. And then if you ever get a chance to see this guy, grab it with both hands. Seasick Steve. I started out with nothing and I still got most of it left. Great album this. He's, 4-string guitars or guitars that are made up of different broken guitars. He plays blues in the tradition of just wanting to make a blues-based record. And this has got Walking Man, St. Louis Slim, Thunderbird, Chiggers, and My Youth. And I'm trying to see, 2008, I think this was released. So Seasick Steve at the Music Hall in Aberdeen, and they had a drummer. It was just him and a drummer. And after the end of the first song they played, he reminded me, or the drummer reminded me on the drummer from the Muppets, Animal, I think he was called, don't know. But this guy was flailing his arms around, hitting the cymbals and playing a great backbeat for Seasick Steve to do the blues on the top of. But this guy was getting a bit overzealous and just about fell off his drum stool. So he did actually fall over. But that was a great concert. With really good seats on the balcony with nobody standing up in front of us. And really enjoyed that concert. Seasick Steve is a great storyteller as well. So you get maybe 1/3 storytelling and 2/3 music, but he's got such a great story to tell. So why wouldn't he? So that's me for Starting a Blues Collection, Volume 2. I know there's been some omissions because I've got these gaps in my collection. So no Bobby Bland and Two Steps from the Blues, no Lowell Folsom, and yeah, there'll be other great blues artists that you know and love that I haven't quite discovered yet. So I've got that pleasure to come to me in my future life. So yeah, there's so much great blues there from the late 20s or early 20s if you go back to the Bessie Smith and Ma Rainey, all the way through to the Larkin Poe girls. And yeah, the blues has still got a lot to say. So thanks for watching. Bye just now. See you next time for more fun about record collecting.